Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the exciting world of MG. Just a month ago, we came together to introduce MG Adapt, India's first multi-NEV platform. And before we show you what comes next, let us quickly revisit why we built it in the first place. Across the globe, the automotive industry is undergoing one of the biggest transformations in its history. In 2023, 77% of the vehicles sold globally were internal combustion engines. By 2035, this number is expected to fall to just 23%, with new energy vehicles accounting for more than 75% of global sales. Plug-in hybrid electric vehicles, range-extended electric vehicles, hybrids, and battery electric vehicles are all growing, making one thing very clear: the world is moving towards new energy. But there is no single route to get there. In just 2 years, total global new energy vehicle sales have grown from 16% to 24%. Electric vehicles have grown from 11% to 16%. Plug-in hybrids and range-extended electric vehicles have grown even faster, growing from 5% to 8% of the market. As you all know, India is no different, and we are moving in the same direction. From a 4% EV penetration last year to an 8% EV penetration last month, EVs are redefining new energy mobility for the Indian market. Today, India is the third largest automotive market in the world, and like I just mentioned, EVs account for more than 8% of our monthly sales. The government of India, looking at our current account and all our oil imports, has taken a very ambitious target to get India to 30% adoption of electric vehicles by the year 2030. At the JSW Group and at JSW MGI, we are committed to accelerating this transformation, as we believe this is absolutely right thing for our country and absolutely the right thing for our environment. Therefore, 2 years ago, when we formed the joint venture with SAIC, we articulated JSW MG's vision to be a leading automotive company in the new energy vehicle space, bringing the best available technology available in the world at affordable prices for our Indian consumers. Since then, every milestone has been a step towards that direction. Whether it was the launch of the Windsor, or the entry into the premium EV segment through MG Select and models like the M9 and the Cyberster. By delivering more than 75% of our sales from new energy vehicles, we can safely say that JSW MGI is the leading new energy vehicle company in the country. At the same time, we also learned that one solution cannot address the needs of every Indian customer. When we look deeper, we saw 3 distinct consumer archetypes. There are the trailblazers, then come the pragmatists, and finally, the traditionalists. 3 different customers, 3 different expectations. That insight led us to MG Adapt, India's first multi-NEV platform designed to support plug-in hybrid electric vehicles, battery electric vehicles, range-extended electric vehicles, and hybrids. Last month, we showed you the platform. Today, we move from the architecture to its creations. As we began shaping the first product of the MG Adapt, we looked not only at the technology that would power it, but the character that would redefine it. That took us back to part of MG's own story, its British legacy, and its long associations with names inspired by aviation. The Hector, as you all know, itself draws its name from the Hawker Hector, a British aircraft that served with the Royal Air Force. And that philosophy has continued across the MG portfolio, with names inspired by British heritage and aviation. Over the years, the MG Hector has established itself as a true disruptor, becoming India's first internet SUV, pioneering category-first ADAS, and introducing one of the largest infotainment screens across the segment. Now, as the Hector legacy moves forward into a new era, we return to the skies once again. This time, to an aircraft remembered for toughness, long range, space, and performance. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to reveal the name of our latest product.
Every legend has a beginning. And this legend was ahead of its time. Built to endure the harshest terrains. Equipped with an advanced cockpit for precision. Built with the range to go further. Designed to outperform. Engineered for demanding conditions. The Tomahawk was built for one purpose: to stay ahead. And now, that spirit takes a new form. The same mindset, a new machine. Introducing MG Hector Tomahawk. Plug-in to the future.
Ladies and gentlemen, the MG Hector Tomahawk. Plug into the future. Behind that name is a story. And to tell it, I would like to invite someone who understands the world of aviation far better than many. Please welcome me in introducing Group Captain, Dr. MJ Augustine Vinod.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Parth. I'm here to unveil the aura of the name which you just heard, Tomahawk. So let me take you back to the Western African desert. And the year is 1941. In the thick of Second World War. Dust storms, relentless heat, Messerschmitts flying overhead. And 6 years I served in one such desert, a place called Uttarlai in Badmer. In desert you eat, drink, breathe the fine sand. In fact, from those deserts, I have 2 fine sand with me as 2 small kidney stones even today. So that is what desert does to you. So at the time, Spitfire Mark V, aeroplane which Indian Air Force also flew for the longest possible time, was the pride of Royal Air Force. It could fly faster, it could fly higher, and it was most agile platform at that time. But in North Africa, it had 2 problems. A, it didn't have enough range to reach the target it is supposed to reach, and B, its engines were conking up because of the sand, like the kidney stone that I have. So the desert aircraft, or the desert force, turned to much, they were in need of much capable aeroplane, and they turned to P-40 Tomahawk. It powered by 1040, 1040 horsepower V1710 engine, and it could fly 700 miles just in internal fuel alone. And it ushered in a new technology called the drop tank. So it carried 2 tanks. With that, it could go 900 miles. Once you consumed the tank, you could drop it, and now you are into the combat and fighting with agility. The same technology is used even today. The aeroplane which I flew, the Mirage 2000, we carry more external fuel in the drop tank than the internal fuel. And we fly from here to France non-stop. So that is the kind of technology it ushered in. Heavier, stronger, built to absorb punishment, and it excelled both in low altitude flights like the one you saw, and I've done that also. That is splitting the water and splitting the sand. And it could, dive, accurately bomb, and get out in time. So I want to tell you a small short story about a guy called Clive Killer Caldwell. Killer was his name, like his call sign, like mine is Gusty. Was attacked by two Messerschmitt Bf-109s. 100+ bullet holes and 2 ack gun bursts on him. He got hit, but with 100+ bullet holes, like the one you see on the screen, and him hit by those 3 bullets, he took down one of the Messerschmitt and he brought Tomahawk back on the ground. He made it back home. And he credited the entire survival, including bringing the other guy down, to the most important part of the Tomahawk, which is toughness, about which Anurag is going to talk and take us through later. So the Tomahawk done exactly what it is supposed to do: protect the pilot, complete the mission, and bring him back home. The Spitfire may have been the most celebrated fighter at that time, but Tomahawk offered something which was at that time the most important, which was range, durability, and reliability. In some of the harshest possible condition, which was the western deserts of Africa. And that is what made Tomahawk well ahead of its time. Not because it was the fastest aircraft in the sky at that time, but it delivered qualities that mattered the most. Range that expanded the possibilities, which we just saw, structural strength, which inspired confidence, and a cockpit that was designed around the pilot. I flew for the longest possible time aircraft called MiG-21. Pilot was incidental in MiG-21. They put everything, then they thought, कि pilot को कहाँ लगाना है? So they put the pilot also in there. Tomahawk was not that. It was a cockpit which was designed around the pilot. So these weren't just marketing claims. So these were the qualities one depended on in a fighter. So the Tomahawk name, even today, resonates in the aviation circle: quality and those 3 aspects that I've talked about, and a technology which is live even today. So the original P-40, like I told you, was well ahead of its time and delivered meaningful capability when the world needed it the most. And the Tomahawk, today, the world needs it the most. So enough of history, enough of the aura around the Tomahawk. I can hear the pin drop silence. आप सबको रोंगटे खड़े हो गए ना? Yes or no? All right. Manish, let me hand you over to Manish for taking you to all the technical parameters.
Well, thank you, Group Captain. And yes, MG Tomahawk arrives with the same intent as its pedigree connotes, bringing together technology, capability, and confidence in a way that feels ahead of its time for the people who will drive it every single day. Now, let me show you how we have brought these principles on the road. At first glance, the MG Hector Tomahawk has the presence you expect from a true SUV: substantial, confident, and unmistakably commanding on the road. At 4,745 millimeter long, 1,850 millimeter wide, and 1,770 millimeter tall, its proportions give it a strong visual presence, while also making the tallest and among the longest vehicles in the segment. That character begins at the front. The illuminated MG logo creates an immediate point of identity, while the floating light turn indicators add a distinctive signature to the lighting design. The front is further defined by the beacon headlamps and LED DRLs, with chrome accents adding a more premium finish to the overall expression. Move to the side, and the stance becomes even more pronounced. The R18 precision cut rotor alloys add strength to the profile, while the roof rails reinforce its SUV character. Turn indicators integrated into the ORVMs add another functional detail to the overall exterior design. At the rear, the design remains clean and contemporary, with the tail lamps, LED rear fog lamp, and glass antenna bringing the overall look together. And beyond design, everyday usability has also been considered. An automatic power tailgate adds greater convenience, particularly in daily situations where easy access to the boot matters. But the real advantage of these proportions is not only what you see from the outside, it is what they create inside. The MG Hector Tomahawk is built on a 2,810mm wheelbase, creating a spacious cabin that delivers best-in-segment space. With 85% of its floor area dedicated to usable space, it offers one of the most passenger-focused cabin layouts in the segment. That advantage is accentuated in the second row, which offers excellent legroom and vertical room for long-distance comfort, while the third row has been designed to comfortably accommodate kids and pets. The flexibility continues beyond the seats. The MG Hector Tomahawk is available in both 5 and 7-seater variants. In the 5-seater, the boot space is 610 liters with all seats in use. In the 7-seater, the boot space is 528 liters with third row folded, which can be further expanded significantly. So, the spacious cockpit inspiration is not just a design reference. It becomes something every passenger can actually experience. Once inside, that sense of space is paired with a cabin designed to feel warm and contemporary. The MG Hector Tomahawk features a desert squadron interior theme, creating a more contemporary cabin environment. 256 color ambient lighting adds another layer to the overall cabin experience, while a 10-speaker premium sound system by Infinity creates an immersive audio experience. And that consideration continues into the way you use the MG Hector Tomahawk every single day. Front ventilated seats, 6-way power adjustable driver seat, 4-way powered co-driver seat, and comfort where you feel it the most. The driver seat also features memory function with auto retract for easy entry and easy exit. A rear window sunshade further enhances comfort for the rear seat occupants, helping reduce the glare and the heat during everyday journeys. There is a flexible second row with 60-40 split along with recline and slide functionality and an easy tip and tumble function for the convenience third row access in the 7-seater. While a dual pan panoramic cockpit sunroof floods the cabin with light and air, making it roomier and brighter. And that sense of comfort is matched by an equally connected cabin. In front of the driver is a 22.35 centimeter digital cluster. At the center of the cabin is the largest in-segment 39.62 centimeter HD Grand View display, bringing infotainment, connectivity, and vehicle controls together with one intuitive interface. Powering that experience is iSmart 3.0, MG's most advanced connected car platform yet, offering 80+ connected car features. For everyday interactions, the system also supports 30+ English commands, making the experience more intuitive for Indian customers. The connected experience is further enhanced by wireless Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, wireless charger, and segment-first iSwipe touch gesture controls, allowing the customers to use intuitive 2, 3, and 5-finger touch gestures to across key functions quickly and effortlessly. Beyond connectivity, the vehicle has been designed around the way customers actually use the cars. A range of intelligent cabin modes adapts the vehicle to different situations and different lifestyles. Nap mode. It maintains the cabin comfort while parked and includes a wake-up alarm. Camp mode configures the vehicle to outdoor experiences, and together with vehicle-to-load functionality, it can be compatible with external devices. ProPet mode allows it to maintain a preferred cabin temperature while displaying a message informing passers-by that their pet is safe and the owner will return shortly. Energize mode rapidly cools the cabin by automatically maximizing the fan speed and lowering the temperature settings. Valet mode protects the personal information through a secure PIN while providing a detailed trip summary when the vehicle is returned. And finally, the quiet mode selectively mutes the audio zones, enhancing comfort for passengers during longer journeys or nighttime drives. Taking the connected car experience further is our long-standing partnership with Jio. For several years now, Jio has been an important technology partner in MG's connected car journey. Our partnership began in 2021, bringing together Jio's connectivity, eSIM, and IoT capabilities with MG's vision of creating increasingly connected software-led mobility experiences. Today, that partnership takes another step ahead. Together, MG and Jio are bringing entertainment and a wider digital ecosystem into the cabin of MG Hector Tomahawk. At the center of this is India's first Gen AI with karaoke, creating a more natural, conversational, and engaging in-car experience. Designed to understand natural conversation rather than fixed command, it allows customers to interact with the vehicle just as they would do with any other person. So instead of remembering a specific phrase, you can simply speak naturally and then continue the conversation with follow-up questions. For example, you could ask,
Hello, MG. What should I cook tonight if I have paneer, tomatoes, and spinach?
You can make Palak Paneer, a delicious Indian dish combining paneer, spinach, and tomatoes. It's nutritious and flavorful.
the system understands the context and supports the natural, continuous conversations across a wide range, including food, travel, entertainment, and general knowledge. Sorry, the screen. The experience further gets enriched through the Star Munch Karaoke, transforming the cabin into an entertainment space. With more than 8,000 karaoke tracks, the experience expands to various languages, regional and devotional content, and daily updates for a personalized in-car entertainment experience. The MG Hector Tomahawk brings together multiple Jio-powered services on a single platform. JioSphere provides access to 18 entertainment, shopping, social media, quick commerce, food services, and gaming apps. ETV Bharat brings regional content and news closer to the customers through multilingual support. JioVR introduces a new voice-first interface powered by GenAI capabilities, enabling a smarter and more intuitive user experience. And finally, JioSaavn delivers a refreshed and personalized music streaming experience. Together, these innovations reflect a shared commitment between MG and Jio to create a smarter, more connected, and more enjoyable mobility experience for the Indian customers. Intelligence has to be backed by safety as well. The MG Hector Tomahawk features a 360-degree view HD camera system with transparent chassis view and wheel view, helping the driver see more around the vehicle during tight maneuvers. That confidence is reinforced by a high tensile steel structure, hot form steel engineered to enhance rigidity, distribute the impact more effectively, and provide greater occupant protection. The thick door panels and the roll-formed tubular rods further enhance this structural protection. On the road, systems such as electronic stability program, traction control system, hill hold control, ABS with EBD, and an electronic parking brake work together to support greater control and greater stability. The Level 2 ADAS, with 11 advanced drive assistance functions, adds another layer of safety, confidence, and convenience to every journey. And in the MG Hector Tomahawk EV, that same safety philosophy extends all the way to the battery. The MG Hector Tomahawk is powered by a 69.2 kilowatt-hour battery, and this LFP battery has been engineered around a safety-first architecture, beginning at the cell level itself. With high thermal stability materials, ceramic insulation layers, and high temperature-resistant electrolytes. It has also been validated under some of the toughest conditions. Full needle penetration without fire, 180-degree thermal shock, 55-degree short circuit without any abnormality, and up to 40% cell deformation without fire or explosion. Beyond these individual tests, the battery architecture has undergone more than 2,000 bench-level tests and 490 whole vehicle-level validations, including environmental testing across high temperature, altitude, and extreme cold conditions. An advanced battery management system monitors the battery health in real time 24 hours a day and 365 days a year. That is what toughness means in the MG Hector Tomahawk EV. Confidence engineered into the battery itself. This confidence is matched by the ability to go further. The MG Hector Tomahawk offers a range of 517 kilometers on a single charge. That gives it the ability to work not only as an everyday city EV, but as a car you can confidently take on the longer journeys. When it is time to charge, it supports 90 kilowatt DC fast charging with an estimated 30 to 80% charge in approximately 35 minutes. Back home, it supports 7.4 kilowatt AC charging, giving owners the flexibility to charge overnight. And when you get back on the road, the permanent magnet synchronous motor delivers 150 kilowatt of power and 310 Newton meter of torque, enabling 0 to 100 kilometer power in just 8.2 seconds. Instant response, smooth delivery, and the performance you expect from an electric powertrain. But the battery in the MG Hector Tomahawk EV is not only about moving the car. Today, MG Hector Tomahawk EV is India's first car with vehicle-to-home, enabling the vehicle to extend its utility far beyond mobility. During a grid outage, the vehicle can actually act as an emergency power source for the home, supporting household essentials such as lights and selected appliances. In other words, the energy stored in the car can continue to work even when the car is parked. It turns the EV from a vehicle that consumes power into the one that can also give the energy back when it is needed. That is a very different way to think about the role of a car. And now, for the moment we have all been waiting for, may I please invite Mr. Parth Jindal back on stage. Parth.
Manish, well done. Thank you, Manish. So before we unveil the MG Hector Tomahawk EV, let me quickly bring together what makes this vehicle truly ahead of its time. The MG Hector Tomahawk brings together 517 kilometers of range, best in segment space, a 69.2 kilowatt hour magic battery, 150 kilowatt of power, 0 to 100 kilometers in just 8.2 seconds, and it's India's first car with vehicle-to-home technology. Along with that comes the largest in segment 39.62 centimeter grand view display, iSmart 3.0, India's first Gen I with karaoke, intelligent cabin modes, and level 2 ADAS. We've spoken about the inspiration behind the name, we've explored the technology, but some stories are best experienced, not explained. Ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you the MG Hector Tomahawk EV.
May I now request Mr. Parth Jindal and Mr. Anurag Mehrotra to join us on stage for the photo op.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's more, there's more, there's more. Please take your seats. The MG Hector Tomahawk EV draws inspiration from a legacy of toughness, capability, and confidence, reimagined for a new era of mobility. That confidence extends to ownership as well. every MG Hector Tomahawk comes with a lifetime warranty on the high voltage battery, along with 3 years unlimited vehicle warranty, 3 years roadside assistance, and 2 labor-free services. For added ownership assurance, customers will also have access to an assured buyback program, making the transition to new energy even more reassuring. And now to the question I know many of you have been waiting for, the price. For a limited number of bookings, the MG Hector Tomahawk will be available at an introductory BAS price starting at $13.99 lakhs with rupees 4.9 per kilometer battery rental. At this price point, customers can step into a C-segment SUV at a price comparable to many B-segment ICE SUVs, making the transition to new energy more accessible than ever before. And for customers choosing the complete vehicle upfront, the introductory ex-showroom price will start at 19.49 lakhs. Across the range, I think we deserve a bigger round of applause for the price. Across the range, the MG Hector Tomahawk EV will be available in the following variants and price points. Bookings for the MG Hector Tomahawk EV are now open across MG dealerships in India and also through our website. Test drives and deliveries for the MG Hector Tomahawk EV will begin from September 2026. By now, all of you must be wondering, why do I keep saying EV, EV, EV? But to know the full story of the MG Hector Tomahawk, there is one more chapter. When we introduced MG Adapt, we said the road to new energy would not be the same for everyone. And that is exactly why the platform was designed to enable more than one answer. Today, that philosophy comes alive in a second form. That's why this is empty. Ladies and gentlemen, the MG Hector Tomahawk story now expands with the introduction of the MG Hector Tomahawk PHEV, India's first plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. A new expression of the same Tomahawk philosophy, combining electric driving for everyday use with the flexibility to go as far as you want with the Tomahawk. And before we see the vehicle on stage, let us first take you through the technology that makes the MG Hector Tomahawk PHEV possible. For that, I would like to invite my co-captain, Mr. Anurag Mehrotra, to the stage for a brief technology recap.
थैंक्स पार्थ, थैंक यू। आप लोग बैठ जाइए, मतलब बिकॉज ये अभी मैं 10-15 मिनट और बात करूंगा, तो आप बैठ जाएंगे तो आपको भी आसान होगा, सबको अच्छा लगेगा। बैठ जाएं आप, प्लीज। माय रिक्वेस्ट इज सिट डाउन फॉर 10 मिनट्स एंड देन वी विल गेट स्टार्टेड। एंड एज यू आर सिटिंग, आई वांट टू एक्चुअली स्टार्ट बाय रिक्वेस्टिंग ऑल ऑफ अस टू recognize and honor Group Captain Augustine Vinod. He's a Kargil veteran. Please express your gratitude by clapping your hands, please. Doctor, thank you so much, Captain. He was also the one who was orchestrating the Mirage attack that took place during Balakot. So he's an absolute veteran. And when he talks about the Tomahawk, people should sit up and take notice. All right, we took you deep into this technology at the MG Adapt event. So let me give a quick recap. A plug-in hybrid EV brings together a chargeable electric powertrain and a petrol engine. But delivering the best of both worlds requires more than simply adding an engine to an EV or a battery to a petrol car. The MG system is built on a dedicated new energy architecture and centers around 3 technologies we introduced with MG Adapt. Number one, a dedicated hybrid engine which has purpose-built for hybrid applications and delivers 43.2% thermal efficiency. The world's first electromagnetic dedicated hybrid transmission, which is the intelligence behind the system. Its e-clutch can switch drive modes in 0.1 seconds, while the system continuously evaluates vehicle speed, driver demand, battery state, and road conditions to decide how the power should be delivered. And a 10-in-1 intelligent drive unit, which integrates 10 critical drive functions into one compact unit, improving the packaging, communication between systems, efficiency, and response times. That gives the MG Tomahawk PHEV 4 intelligent drive modes. Number one, in pure EV mode, the electric motor drives the vehicle. In series mode, the engine generates electricity while the electric motor continues to drive the wheels. In parallel mode, the engine and the motor work together for stronger performance that may be required. And finally, when you're on highway speeds, engine direct mode allows the engine to drive the wheels directly to reduce the conversion losses. The important part of the driver is that none of this requires any decision making by you as a driver. The system takes over, does all the thinking for you. You simply enjoy the drive. And that intelligence is expressed just as strongly in its design. The MG Hector Tomahawk PHEV carries a bold presence led by its distinctive front grille that gives the SUV a strong and unmistakable presence on the road. The stance is better enhanced by its alloy wheel design, which makes you feel confident on the road at all points of time. The Moroccan and carbon interior theme allows for depth, to give you warmth and depth in the cabin, creating a sophisticated environment and completes the package depending on the technology underneath. Bold on the outside and refined on the inside. A design expression created specifically for MG Hector Tomahawk PHEV. But what truly matters in the PHEV is the flexibility it offers to the consumer. The MG Tomahawk PHEV combines a 20.5 kilowatt-hour battery with a 1.5 liter DH engine, which together is the strength of the electric car, which gives you the strength of an electric car and the mobility that is required in a single package. So together, they deliver an outstanding driving range of over 1,100 kilometers. 1,100 kilometers on a single tank and full charge. So you enjoy the economics of an EV, more or less, and the joy drive of a conventional ICE vehicle, so that you get freedom on the road at all points of time. The MG Hector Tomahawk PHEV offers a compelling proposition to anyone who's looking for a C-sized car, and especially if you're looking for a C-sized diesel car, the PHEV is absolutely the product for you to look at. It offers in pure electric mode, it will offer about 115 kilometers, a little bit more than that, of range, so that your daily needs are met through the EV mode itself. And when you're looking to go long distance, which is over the long distances, you can use both the combination of the petrol engine and the electric drivetrain. So to put that into perspective, imagine a customer who's driving roughly about 100-150 kilometers a day. They will be able to get an outstanding mileage of over 50 kilometers per liter. And if you are charging once in a while in the 2 or 3 times in a week, you will also be able to get a mileage of 22 to 25 kilometers per liter, which is fantastic efficiency as far as the size of the car and the weight of the car is concerned. The 148 kilowatt, the power that it delivers is about 148 kilowatts, and it can go from 0 to 100 in 9 seconds. The seamless distribution, or the way in which you can charge this, is at home, or you could do it in your office complexes. In other words, MG Hector Tomahawk PHEV offers the best of both worlds, the efficiency of EV and the flexibility of the hybrid, all into one. So 2 cars at the price of 1, and it is the antidote of range anxiety. So no hassle EV, that is what this product is. So ladies and gentlemen, we've taken you through ADAPT, MG Hector Tomahawk in terms of EV and also the PHEV. With this, I'd like to invite Parth back on stage.
So before we unveil the MG Hector Tomahawk PHEV, let me bring together what the vehicle offers. A 20.5 kilowatt hour battery with a 1.5 liter dedicated HEV engine, offering 115 kilometers plus on EV mode, plus an engine. So you can go as far as 1100 kilometers on dual mode. And for everyday driving, you can be on EV mode. And whenever you want to go on long distances, you switch on the engine and you go. So in essence, offering you unlimited range per kilometer. So India asks, कितना देती है? MG Hector Tomahawk PHEV जितना देती है, जितना आपको सोचना है. So this car delivers the economics of electric driving for everyday use, the freedom of a hybrid for longer journeys, a strong performance with a 148 kilowatt hour motor, and a 0 to 100 in just under 9 seconds. So I will make you all wait no more, ladies and gentlemen. I introduce to you the MG Hector Tomahawk PHEV.
May I now request Mr. Parth Jindal and Mr. Anurag Mehrotra to join us on stage for the photo op. May we please request everyone to settle down, please? And we'd request for Mr. Parth Jindal to please stay back. Dear friends of media, we'd request for you all to please settle down.
We have plenty of cars at the back for all of you to experience. So, ladies and gentlemen, I introduced both the MG Hector Tomahawk EV on my left side and the MG Hector Tomahawk PHEV on my right-hand side. Every MG Hector Tomahawk PHEV comes with 3 years of 3-year warranty, 3-year roadside assistance, and 3 labor-free experiences as well. Customers can further personalize their MG Hector Tomahawk PHEV through the eShield offering, with over 130 options to choose from. Okay, so now for the most important part, what's the price? So, for a limited number of bookings, the MG Hector Tomahawk PHEV will be available at an introductory BAS price starting at 21.79 lakhs with rupees 3.2 per kilometer. At this price point, it is comparable to a diesel automatic SUV, offering customers next-generation electrified mobility without paying a premium over the powertrain they already know. And if you're interested in the introductory ex-showroom price for the full car, that price will start at 25.69 lakhs. The MG Hector Tomahawk will be available in the following variants. Bookings for the MG Hector Tomahawk PHEV are now open across MG dealerships in India and through our website. And unlike the EV, where deliveries will begin in September, deliveries of the PHEV will begin from November of this year, November 2026. Thank you for joining us today, and we now invite you to experience the MG Hector Tomahawk EV and PHEV up close and personal at the back of the showroom. Thank you. Jai Hind.